I know this video is out pretty late wherever you are. I'm pretty sure most of my viewers are probably from the East Coast. But anyways, it was Las Vegas weekend, baby. And there's not really much to talk about. Really, there's not really much to talk about. Yeah, this is my reaction really to the weekend. Really, to be quite honest. I mean, I wouldn't say the races this weekend were disappointing. Well, some of them were, to say the least. Some were just, yeah. But, yeah, so in today's video, I'll, of course, talk about I'm trying to remember what races happened this weekend. Right, I got my mind straight away. So, we're here to talk, of course, about, trucks, Xfinity. I'll talk about the F1 race that happened in Sochi, and then Cup at Vegas, which just happened a few hours from now. And I'm pretty sure the race was pretty late wherever you guys are, because the race started at 4:30 here, but pretty sure it started at 7 West Coast or East Coast time, or wherever you are in the world. Probably was pretty late, but anyways, right then, let's just get into trucks. Like, nothing really happened. Like, not much happened, really, you know? Like, I don't know, just, the truck races, I've been very honest with you, have been slacking a little bit, I'll be very honest with you. I don't know if it's either just Fox's coverage, which is just unbearable to watch, to be damn honest with you. Was Kurt in the booth? I think Kurt was in the booth for the truck race. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just making shit up. But just the race. Like, the truck race was just you know. Travis Pastrana. Sorry, I kind of fucked up that one. But Travis Pastrana and Connor Daly were in this race, so they were barely in the race at all. Honestly, like, yeah, it's cool that they're getting some Cup experience, you know, and all that, but still, none of them really were impressive throughout that whole race, honestly. Natalie Decker wasn't cleared, or she's been having some medical issues lately, or she's having some, like, she had been issues lately, I think with her back or something like that, but yeah, so Natalie, of course, didn't get to start the truck race. Of course, Sheldon Creed looked like he was going to win until Austin Hill came up into the picture, and yeah, Austin Hill was able to get the win at Vegas in the trucks. He's off to the next round, I think, which I'm trying to remember the rounds here for the trucks. I'm pretty sure that the trucks are racing all the races this year, or I'm pretty sure they're racing the exact same races as the Cup. So yeah, I mean, honestly, the playoff schedule for the other two series I haven't really paid much attention to. So yeah, so not much to say with trucks, honestly. So let's just leave that off. Xfinity, not much happened either, really. Well, I guess the biggest factor to come out of the Xfinity race is Ross Chastain did not have a good race, and he's lucky that Talladega is the next race, so better make up some stuff there. And yeah, just wow, poor race from him, you know, and all that. So it kind of sucks, really. And yeah, so Chase Briscoe won his 8th race of the season. So if he is not in the Cup Series next year, if he's just in a mediocre ride just to get some experience, then, like, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Like, literally, I think Chase Briscoe really deserves to be in the Cup Series now. I mean, literally, he's won 8 Xfinity races. I think he's really proven himself really good. So, why not? Why doesn't he just go to the Cup Series? Considering Corey LaJoie is not going to go to the 32 car, and the 32 car is a SHR aligned operation, should be interesting if he can go there. But I don't know. I think SHR are really waiting to put him in the Cup ride, probably when the new car comes around, which is coming in 2022. Yeah, I think it's coming in 2022. Yeah, of course, because the whole Corona thing, of course, just shuffled anything back. And when I said it, also, I'm not saying like when I say the Corona thing, you know what I mean. It's really it's just a virus, you know, and all that. Honestly, so yeah, and also, it's not a hoax, and Haley Deegan is a fucking dumbass. So yeah, it's ironic saying that when Gracie Trotter is the first woman to win an ARCA, and she did it cleanly. And while Haley Deegan is just out there, Memphis, just running in third. There was a pretty exciting race between the ARCA race in Memphis. I have to look at that, but didn't Sam Mayer won again, or was it Brett Holmes, or I don't know who won there, but I have to look back at that, you know. So yeah, or was it Ty Gibbs? I can't keep up with the ARCA series, but anyways, Formula One is now up. Now on the discussion board, I think I'll maybe leave timestamps for the video. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. I'll just look at it. But anyways, F1. Going into this race at Sochi, I was really expecting Hamilton to go out there and dominate. And this is something I just figured out when they just mentioned it in the broadcast. But if Hamilton would have won today, he would have tied Michael Schumacher's record of all-time F1 wins. 91. 91, like, dude. And it doesn't help the fact that I still dislike the dude, honestly. Like, just, once again, I will most likely make a video to explain why I dislike Lewis Hamilton, but I will mention this. It's not because of him supporting social justice and all that. It doesn't have to do anything with politics that are revolving around Formula One, which a lot of people have been critical of. And I haven't really been critical of them doing it. I'm just saying, hey, please support Black Lives Matter, because clearly here, the rioters and all that, they don't support it here. So that's what I'm all saying right here for you. If you're going to say Black Lives Matter, please say Black Lives Matter, please, okay? But anyways, yeah, so that kind of went off somewhere else there. But yeah, Hamilton... or what should I say, Mercedes kind of screwed themselves out of a win for Hamilton there, and probably for him to get his 91st win of his career. He had a pit road violation, or I don't know what the penalty was. I didn't really understand the penalty. And I'm glad that they kind of removed those penalty points away from Hamilton, which, by the way, they kind of said that, which the FIA were like, yeah, we're a little bit rough on Hamilton, so let's just give him, or let's just remove those points back. And I think they're going to give Mercedes now a penalty or something like that, or they're going to give them a fine or something like that. So, yeah, honestly, the race was kind of boring. There was a safety car in the first lap because Carlos Sainz made a rookie mistake, and Lance Stroll hit the wall, or he got turned by Charles Leclerc. That's pretty much all to say, and Valtteri Bottas basically picked up the pieces Hamilton left behind, and went out and won at Russia. So, pretty cool to see Valtteri win again, you know. So, win number 2 of the season for Valtteri. And, I mean, honestly, like, it's kind of weird because most of the races that my 2 favorite series went to their 2 maybe boringish tracks. Well, for F1, Sochi is terrible. Like, I'm excited for next weekend at the Nürburgring. And, of course, excited for NASCAR to go to Talladega. I'm pretty sure a lot of you do not want me to talk about Formula 1 anymore. So let's now just talk about the Cup race, because the Cup race had a lot of stuff going on. Let's first start off with Joey Logano being the douchebag of the day. And then cuts a tire, or makes contact, or Kyle Busch makes contact with him. And ultimately, that sort of upsets the race car. And then that's just since then, Logano hasn't really recovered, or he wasn't in contention to win the race. Not many cautions that came out. Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman were definitely one of the guys that were in contention to win the race. So was Denny Hamlin and all that. And I'll talk about Marty D and Kurt Busch here in a little bit, but there were some cautions here and there and all that. And yeah. For me, the race really made a big turnaround was when Jimmy Johnson, of course, blew a tire which this is just adding to his terrible 2020 season. And also, by the way, how many times does Jimmy Johnson have to be an asshole to Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? But of course, Jimmy fans aren't going to admit that. So, yeah, but anyways, that turned the whole race around because now you had a lot of drivers, like the mid-pack drivers, were now in contention to possibly maybe take a win away or something like that. Like Kurt Busch and Matt Benedetto haul off first and second throughout those last couple laps, and cautions keep coming out, and an overtime restart. Kurt Busch was able to pull away from Marty D. Marty D was able to hold off Denny Hamlin. Kurt Busch gets his first Las Vegas win of his career, and Marty D secures a second place, which he actually did in the February race. So, wow, that was a lot of stuff to cover right there. And I also Austin Dillon did have some issues too, which pretty much means that, hey, he's going to have to do pretty good at Talladega and the Roval, which those are some races that, as a playoff driver, you're going to have to want to avoid. So, yeah. The race was good, honestly. I mean, like, it was frustrating just to see how the drivers really can't pass with the package. But, to be quite honest, stuff like these where it just makes things exciting. Honestly, I kind of forget about how you can't pass, really, and all that. And, by the way, Kurt Busch really deserved win of the season. A trend of Kurt Busch, just winning one race a year, which, I mean, which we're not surprised about, really, to be quite honest. And besides, Kurt is he's a great driver. I wasn't expecting him to win a race this season, honestly, because of the whole COVID thing, like no practice, no qualifying. And I was really looking at him to miss the playoffs, and all that. Like, I didn't see as the one car as a contender, so that was really what I thought. But, of course, they prove everyone wrong, and Kurt Busch wins in Vegas, and Matty D finishes second in Vegas. I have to say, I'm pretty happy. So, yeah, so here's how I would overall rate the races this time around. So, trucks was, Xfinity was, F1 was, interesting. The Vegas Cup race, it's pretty good. So, yeah, there you go. So, Talladega is next weekend. That's gonna be crazy as hell. Hopefully the race doesn't get rained out. We don't have to race it on a Monday, because that would be 3 Talladega races in a row where we race on Monday. So yeah, and fans will be allowed back at Talladega, so that should be pretty cool. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again soon.